What is up, YouTube? My name is Poseidon, and welcome back to the workshop. Or actually, we're here doing a podcast today, so welcome back to episode 80 of New Money Talks. Let's go.
Yeah, crossover. New
Come
Money
on.
Talks,
Where was the
Poseidon
energy?
crossover.
There we go.
Oh my god!
It was,
all right, Kyle, you're starting this one. I don't even know who put this together. But
Okay.
Big Dre,
Big Dre, Poseidon.
Andres Hernandez,
not
Master,
Poseidon, regular.
Oh, don't put the full government out
master
there.
salesman,
Mm-hmm.
ecom brand owner,
Mm-hmm.
content creator,
Boxer.
athlete.
Oh,
boxer,
boxer,
getting there.
Take it
Entrepreneur.
easy.
You know.
Let him do his
Third
thing.
best pickleball player in this
Third,
room.
Fourth
Okay, top
best
number
pickleball player in
one.
this room.
Up first for sure, but we won't talk about that.
All right, so no, in all seriousness, Dre's been our boy for a very, very long time, and so we're doing a nice friendly, kind of like back episode probably 50 something with Joe Lorenzo, maybe 40 something.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be kind of chopping it up because we already know a lot about what he does and stuff like that, but you guys don't. So we'll pick that apart. But since this is kind of an e-commerce based channel, I want to start by talking about Poseidon's workshop. What inspired the creation of it? What were you kind of working on with it? What trajectory it's gone in over the past couple of years? Because I know it's kind of taken different directions depending on like what you've been doing. Outside of the brand,
on the seasons.
So talk about the first season of Poseidon.
And
how you got started.
Poseidon?
Poseidon's
why are we
workshop.
calling you Poseidon? What is that? What
No,
are these
these are
pants
all,
you're wearing?
These are all valid questions.
What shirt is he wearing over there? Look.
No, that's what we'll start with, right?
Link in description.
Exactly. Use code Poseidon15 for 15% off.
15.
Put it in the description. No, but in all seriousness, Poseidon's workshop started off as my clothing brand, as you guys know, but as you guys are gonna get to know. Started it maybe freshman year of college, and just kind of have been seeing where it's been taking me ever since. I mean, really, I started it with Joseph Lorenzo, funny enough. It was kind of put together, as a team. We visited Greece, as you know, and we saw like this beat up sign that said Poseidon Workshop. It was spelled in like dolphins, like literally just beat up, authentic Greek something.
That's how you thought of the name?
Something out of this world. It was literally,
Really?
It said Poseidon Workshop. It was formed in like with
You have a
dolphins.
picture?
I do. We could throw it up.
Yeah.
Bojan, throw it up.
Throw it up on the screen. And then me and Joseph, came with the name together. We started making designs for it. COVID hit. I felt like I wanted to kind of take it upon myself to, go on TikTok and make the content for it. So I kind of, took it upon myself to just take it, and just do it by myself. Really, the Poseidon's Workshop was just a one-man show at that point. Obviously, Joseph ended up working with my friend John over here. He stole them.
Stole him.
He stole them from me. So yeah, as you can see, Hasbull is repping a piece of, the brand. Because Poseidon's Workshop is a clothing brand, but as Kyle was kind of, alluding to, it's become a lot more than just a clothing brand. It's a YouTube channel. I go by Poseidon's Workshop. That's my YouTube channel's name. And now I'm kind of in that world of boxing, as a lot of you on the internet, on social media are watching here. I've taken that route of influencer boxing, social media boxing, YouTube boxing, crossover boxing, that whole world. I just saw some potential in it, and I wanted to get my foot in the door, before it was too late.
Did you know he's going to be on the card at Misfits, by the way? Did you know that?
Yeah, we can get into that for sure.
he's on the next card.
Well, I want to take a step back.
Please do.
Most people are going to have the question in their head. Poseidon, it sounds like water, aqua based. How the hell did you get into boxing, and what was the original idea for Poseidon, and what did that allude to in terms of like what you've done in the past athletically?
Yeah, for sure. So that was a great question. Poseidon's Workshop. I'm a swimmer at heart, right? So you guys know I've been swimming my whole life.
Show them your hands.
Have webbed fingers. I mean, that's funny. Everyone will always say that helps for swimming, but you swim with your hands closed, so no, it does not help. But yes, I do have webbed fingers. And no, I was a swimmer for most of my life, and I have it tattooed right here, a trident right here, and I got this tattoo before the brand was ever a thing.
It's a fact.
That's like part of it now.
So it's just part of who I am. That's why
Take your pants off, show them your other
No,
tattoos.
for sure. Like you can see, this is a one of one, shoot for the stars. This is a sample piece. It's a work in progress.
The designs are nice.
I appreciate that. And it's crazy because the clothing has really, taken a pause. It's taken a back seat. I'm just focusing on building the audience, building the YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitter. I'm big on Twitter. Got a lot of engagement on Twitter. So the clothing is taking a backseat. It's still offered. It's still on the website. And as I grow, like my socials, the goal is to build the brand as well. That the SEO is just building as well as my name kind of goes around the room more. And at some point, I'd love to pass this on to someone who I can trust with it. I've always said that I want like a brick and mortar store. I want like a physical location one day, maybe 5 years, 10 years down the road, 15. Whenever it happens, I'd like it to happen. I see it being, I don't know if you guys know Chrome Hearts, but I see it being like a Chrome Hearts. Like,
is it like ice cream?
Nah, not quite. It's a big brand. If you know, you know. But I see like the name has potential. The name has potential. Chrome Hearts, they have like the crosses as like their main piece, right? Like the triple crosses on the jeans or whatever. Like I feel like the Trident has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
And with the right person kind of managing it and kind of figuring out how to work with it, I think that it could be a big brand.
It kind of reminds me of a Nude Project. If you guys are familiar with that brand, they like blew up. I think they did like 30 million last year, but I could totally see this being in just like a small shop in like Spain or in Greece, like a pop-up shop
for sure.
And sell like, because when I was in Madrid, I think is when I saw the Nude Project store. This was 3 years ago. Or no, it's 2 years ago. And I think they were only doing like $1 million a year at the time. Yeah. Which is alarm.
It's all good.
Don't worry.
That's the bedtime alarm. That's when you know we're doing this too late.
It's like 7:45.
All right. See, is it still recording or you got to re-record it? Yeah, you could just. All right, it's good.
Is it off though? Is it gonna is it snoozed or?
No. It should be good. It's off. All right. So, anyways, 2 years ago, went to Madrid and I saw the pop-up shop and I was like, this is dope. And I found out that at the time they were only doing like $1 million a year. Now some people listening, you guys are gonna be like, $1 million a year is a lot, but like in the clothing brand, like retail world, with the fact that these guys have been building this brand for like 5 years leading up to that shop, like not that big relative what they're doing now, like 30 million a year.
Yeah.
Now they're on like Jordan Welsh's channel. They're connecting with guys like Iman Gaji. I think one of them might have been like nominated for Forbes 30 to 30, something crazy like that. But moral of the story is it looked sick, and I actually discovered them on a physical pop-up shop before I saw them online. And like the designs are very similar. Like it's modern, it's like more to a younger demographic.
Streetwear, yeah.
Yeah, but you think about how these guys grew it, and I mean it was a lot of paid ads, it was a lot of organic marketing, but they had these like pop-up shops where people would get it, they'd rep it, they'd post on social media, and it's like word of mouth. Because it's hard to grow a streetwear brand, you know?
For sure. I mean, yeah, so again, even going back to COVID, that's where I grew it initially. Obviously, we're all trapped inside, so I figured why not just make content, try to, build the business. And I got my following up to like over 120K on TikTok, and I was getting a good amount of sales, like 5 figures in sales. I mean, I'll take it just sitting at home.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how it started. And again, like I have visions of just like an underwater themed store, like in person, like in like the city, in like in Miami, in like in LA, like wherever it is, I see it being, a big player in like culture. Even at some point, I want to take it to as high as I can. So
yeah, and what's cool, like you were building a lot of skills on how to make organic content,
right,
how to interact with customers and stuff like that, and that translates to a lot of different businesses. Like, dude, you could probably crush it on TikTok Shop right now. Like
yeah, I know.
You make content for like other brands and other products, and just like because the virality element, the hooks, like how to push people's buttons, how to introduce controversy, and like that's the wave now. Everyone's like, oh, dude, you got to like make content or you got to get on TikTok Shop, but like those are real skills, making content, capturing attention.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, I'd like to like just hand it to someone who can just kind of run with it. Because I feel like even now, like building a brand, I feel like it's better to hand it to someone like even more youthful. Even I know I'm young, but someone who has like a better vision, even more clear than me.
Like a better operator, or what do you mean?
Operator, or just someone who can creative director. Even just like I'm happy to creative direct like myself, because I do still feel like I know what looks good and especially what works in terms of fashion and clothing, but. Yeah, it's someone who can handle stuff in terms of manufacturing, finding the right garments, finding the right, materials, products, like color, how to print them, from all that operationally, I want to just give to someone else, and kind of just guide them. And
dude, maybe there's someone watching this.
Maybe someone's watching who secretly always wanted to build a clothing brand, and if you're that person,
this is your chance.
This is your chance. Yeah. Come build Poseidon's Workshop.
Where can they DM you? This is the end of the podcast, by the way.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. At Poseidon's Workshop on Instagram and TikTok, and then at Poseidon's Shop on Twitter.
So it really started because you guys saw a freaking dolphin sign?
Literally in Greece, we were walking down. We were like being tourists. We were walking down, and there was like a broken down, empty ass shop that said Poseidon Workshop. Yeah,
pretty good.
Took that and ran.
It used to be another name. I don't know if we're allowed to say it or not, but.
What's the other name?
With the T and everything?
Not this brand. That was a different brand.
That was
right?
unrelated. Yeah.
That was unrelated.
Yeah.
Which one?
Wasn't
Testy Toad? I had zero affiliation with Testy Toad.
Oh, that was
I
just
thought
Joe?
you and Joe did it together.
I think Joe did it by himself, and then like something happened with his boys.
Because I remember wearing a Testy Toad shirt in Greece.
No, me too.
Like when we were like buying the Acropolis and shit.
I was just like a green toad.
Yeah,
it was kind of sick.
I guess maybe I was in it. I don't even really remember, honestly.
I think you might have been.
I think I was actually. I guess I was. Yeah, Testy Toad. I mean, I think what happened was Joseph. Yeah, his friends weren't answering, so he was like, "Yo, you want to get in this with me?" And then when his friends got upset that it was still a thing, we ended up switching it to Poseidon's Workshop. But yeah, we were just. I mean, you know how it was. Like we were all just. You came back from college one time and you sat us down and you twisted all our brains to think ecom and how to make money online. So the clothing was kind of what I felt attracted to the most. Not necessarily drop shipping, but just in terms of wanting to build a business. That's what I felt most.
Also, though,
with.
like I don't know if you want to talk about it, but also I think it's not bad to talk about. Like your stuff is some of it's print on demand. Some of it's like you make, but also print on demand is a great business too.
100%.
Like some of our best sponsors, shout out our awesome sponsors we've had are print on demand.
Printify, Printful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like and the cool thing is you're able to kind of transition. So it's not like, a lot of people think, drop shipping or inventory. It's kind of like that nice middle ground where you have 100%. Like vetted manufacturers and suppliers, but you still have fast shipping, and then you still have flexibility of like paying upon receiving, revenue from customer. And you get like a little bit of time in between that of like buffer because you're like, hey, they're made to order.
Right. There's no commitment.
Which is,
like a lot of people might make the mistake of ordering, 500 shirts or even 100 shirts of inventory. And they don't realize how, if you have no audience, like it's going to be hard to sell that. I'm like 100 shirts doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot of shirts to sell. So yeah, I recommend, Printify, Printful to anyone who is looking to start a brand. You know how it is too. Like the best way to start is to just throw something together and just go.
Yeah.
If you're gonna wait for the right manufacturer, the right this, the right that, like you're just not gonna end up doing it.
I'm sorry. I remember, didn't we go to New York once? We just like pulled up a table and started trying selling this shit. I remember that. It was the three of us.
Yeah, me. I think it was Joseph, you and me probably, right?
Yeah, literally like a foldable table.
We went to New York. Yeah, we had, again, speaking from experience, like we ordered that inventory and we couldn't sell it.
We didn't sell a single shirt.
No, we sold some, but like obviously not. You're not a lot. You're expecting to sell out
like
first drop.
Yeah.
It's not happening. Sorry to break it to you, unless again, like you've teased it on socials and you're ready to go.
A massive audience.
If you've done it correctly, then fair play to you. But otherwise, you're going like me and us two, where we went to the city, took a foldable table, took the inventory, just put them on the table, and just we sold a couple. I mean, we did.
I think we did sell a couple.
It was literally what was the the park better than me?
Washington Square Park.
Washington Square Park, just right
spot.
there by the fountains. We saw guys breakdancing, and we were just selling shirts.
That's where we saw Tick and Tack.
That's right, Tick and Tack. Shout out. They're probably still doing their thing.
They're probably still doing their thing.
They gotta.
Do you know Tick and Tack?
No.
There's like these two guys. I think they were like all red, maybe three guys, and they just do like backflips over each other.
Oh yeah.
But they don't actually do backflips over each other. They're like, "Hey, you ready? We're about to do a backflip. Everyone move out of the way." And they're like, "Not yet." And then they run over like, "We're gonna do a backflip." And like they just never do.
They hype it up and then they never do it.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, that's what you gotta do. We wanted to make a name for it, and I again, we still do. I still do. So that's why I've kind of leaned in that influencer boxing realm. And yeah, we've just, me and my team, my coach, and my videographer have been, going to these Misfits events and just filming content.
For those that don't know, what is Misfits?
Yeah, Misfits boxing. It's pretty much, if you know influencer boxing, KSI versus Logan Paul, that fight that like started it all pretty much. Like the Jake Paul versus Deji. That was like very early on in that world, and that fight created this world of Misfits boxing, which is just influencer boxing. Like I'm trying to think. I mean, we saw the Prime card. Maybe you saw Dylan Dennis fight Logan Paul.
Like Bryce Hall and all this
Bryce
stuff.
Hall. He's in that world of fighting too.
Has he fought in Misfits or no?
Not Misfits yet. He's fought bare knuckle, but yeah, Misfits is just a segment of boxing. It's the Jake Paul. He took it and ran too. We see him fighting, MMA guys, retired guys. Doing
Taylor
his thing.
Holder.
He's about to fight Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? Taylor Holder's
that's
another
gonna be
guy.
When is that coming up?
I think November.
That's gonna be crazy.
That's on Misfits?
No. That's
another one.
Netflix. That's Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix.
Yeah, Jake
Jeez.
Paul
It was
versus
supposed to be a
Mike.
couple months ago, right? Or
It was, and I think Mike was like, had like an ulcer. Situation.
Yeah, I remember that.
But yeah, man, Misfits is growing. Like I think Misfits has the potential of being, a UFC or a WWE. Like UFC. I'm sure when they started their first couple events, they probably weren't doing that many people in the crowd and whatnot, or selling out to even, to put it that way. Like, but it's the Misfits has had 17 events and they just sold out a 13,000 people crowd in Ireland. They went worldwide with it. So yeah, Misfits is here to grow. It's here to stay, and I'm looking to be a part of it. One thing that I always thought about was I always felt like I was too late to the party. Like when Vine came out, I saw you see a 6-second app, content app, cool, whatever, haha, and then you see people making things and careers out of it. It's like, damn, if I had just done it, I'd be up there with them. TikTok comes around, same idea. I never really got on early enough where it was actually easy to blow up. Like, and then you start making content and you're like, damn, if I just started a little earlier, maybe I could have blown up with the Bryce Halls so Misfits is like the one thing where I feel like I've caught, and I feel like it has the potential to literally blow up, and I feel like I've stepped in there at the right time for the first time.
What is up, New Money Talks fam? Just wanted to hop on here, give a quick shout out to our awesome sponsor, Printify. If you're looking for an easy way to start an e-commerce brand, print on demand is the way to go. It's efficient and a super practical way to build a quick, profitable business without having a whole bunch of technical experience and a lot of cost too. With Printify's on-demand services, you can sell just about any type of merchandise with your own custom designs with just a few clicks of a button. It's perfect for artists, influencers, small business owners, and honestly, anybody who just wants to start a business today, they can with Printify. Check out Printify.com today and start building your dream business risk-free. Now back to the podcast. We getting you in a fight.
Yeah, I've had so I've been boxing training for a little over a year. I had like a smoker event, which is like a little amateur type of fight. I won that. It was like with a guy that was 15 pounds heavier than me. More experienced than me, and we were in front of a crowd, so not really sure how I pulled that one off, but got my hand raised, and now I'm looking to fight on. So another Misfits boxer, Anthony Taylor, he has like his own promotion called Creator Fight League, and that's like a stepping stone that people use to get on Misfits, because obviously Mams Taylor, the owner of Misfits Boxing and KSI's manager, he has his eye on obviously his fighters' promotion, so I've been talking to Anthony Taylor and his manager, and we're trying to get a fight on CFL.
What's the CFL?
Creator Fight League. And yeah, the goal is to fight there once and kind of just take it to Misfits, because I've interviewed Mams Taylor, again, KSI's manager, twice. We have a good relationship. He's seen my content. He knows the work I put in, inside, outside of the gym. And I was telling you, like a couple hours ago, like, if you went on my YouTube channel, Poseidon's Workshop, you blurred out the subscriber count, you blurred out the views, you would think it's a channel with over 100K subscribers and like hundreds of thousands of views. Like, we create high quality content that I am, endlessly proud of, from what I was posting at first to like even this guy was in my videos, like, corny, like storytelling videos, to now where we're at, like traveling to these events and, making literal movies. It's inevitable that I find my way on Misfits.
Yeah, and dude, like from a content creation perspective, people don't understand the work that goes into putting in just like one like long form video, let alone like a short. I mean, like even for my e-commerce stuff, like I'll to script a short and then talk to the editors and have to give them feedback and then actually have to set up the camera equipment, film it. Right. And that's all from my bedroom. Yeah. Like you're talking about traveling, taking pictures on flights, trying to get connected with the right people, interviewing them, and then fitting all that in like a 10-minute video.
Right, yep.
It's definitely underappreciated. Yeah.
Underappreciated for sure. But no, the real ones see the work I've been putting in. I go to these events and the fighters themselves, they say that I'm going to be on that stage soon. They say that, you know, we create the highest quality content they've seen. You know, I'm getting the flowers, and it just will take a few more videos and a few more, maybe a fight or two more to finally get that spot
You
on
do
the
have
roster.
a few thousand subs, don't you?
Yeah, we have 4,000, but you know, still more is always the goal, right? So we did a video with 50K views. Like the views have been going up, which is good, you know, as they should. Because if they weren't, that'd be a problem. I mean, the content is next level. Like we have a sumo wrestling video coming. Hopefully by the time this video gets posted, it should be up. It's been a work in progress.
Dude, so you fought sumo wrestlers?
No, not quite, not quite.
So what happened?
We went to a sumo wrestling tournament. Actually, Ben Davis was there. He's like one of the main commentators for Misfits. At the time, he had only commentated one event, so it's almost good that we kept it in the vault because he's grown as a commentator on Misfits. He's like, I tell him this too. Like we have a close relationship too. I'd say he's like the voice of Misfits, you know. And in that video, we did a little face to face. I remember I used to call him out actually to fight, and then he invited us to the event, and we did a little face to face. And he also said that he would love to commentate one of my fights. So that holds a lot of value. And even throughout my videos, there's just like Easter eggs of Misfits fighters saying that I'll be there soon. Just things that when you zoom out, it's gonna be like, oh, that makes so much sense that he actually fought on Misfits. You know?
What do you think are like the main things that you would need to do in order to earn that spot? Like, why haven't you earned a spot? Gotten a spot? Yeah.
Well, I'd say, I mean, it's a business. Misfits is a business. Make no mistake about it. Like, it's on DAZN. DAZN is a broadcast for like.
On the what?
It's on DAZN.
Oh, I
It's
know.
like
I know.
DAZN.
For the
That's
people. For the people.
That's of course. That's the 5-year. They have a 5-year contract with DAZN. DAZN broadcasts, you know, a bunch of combat sports. I'm sure you've seen the Ryan Garcias, the Devin Haney's, the Tanks, the Canelos. They fight on DAZN. And Misfits has a 5-year contract with them. So that kind of just shows you like the legitimacy of Misfits. Like they have plans of staying around for 5 years. It's been 2 actually. We just crossed the 2-year anniversary of Misfits. But yeah, no, I what was I getting at?
Oh,
what you need to do in order to earn a spot.
Right. So with that being said, like I guess yeah, exactly. So again, the zone's a big deal, right? So you're not gonna be a nobody and get on Misfits, you know. I'm not delusional either, where it's like I deserve to be there. No, you gotta kind of earn your way up. And I feel like I'm doing that by making high quality content, like getting the views up, but also what's it gonna take? It'll probably take, you know, a fight on Creator Fight League, make a statement, maybe ideally knock someone out, but at least get my hand raised so they see, okay, he has the content, he has the skill set to back it up. Now he can, you know, he deserves to be on the platform. Again, when I said that if you blurt out my numbers, that you'd think they're bigger. If I get platformed like by a Misfits, it only makes sense for them. Like I am dedicated to making high quality content for their company, and once I have more eyeballs on me, like obviously the views will go up naturally, organically, and I feel like I could be, you know, one of their top players. I really do in their division. Like 155 is what I have my eye on. That's welterweight for Misfits. So anyone at 155, you can get it.
I'm curious, like have you looked at some of the guys that have like lower follower counts or that have less fighting experience, and then like look at them and be like, oh, like if they're on, then I can kind of calculate how many more followers I need, how many more fights I need, more connections, whatever. Like, have you kind of been looking at like, certain people that way?
For sure. I mean, again, shout out to Mams Taylor, again, the owner of Misfits. You know, he's a genuine guy. You know, I've met him twice, and he's given smaller guys chances. Like, it's not like I'm not being crazy by thinking I can get on it, because he's given opportunities to people with, you know, smaller followings, which shows that it is possible if you deserve it, if you earn it, you know. Success is where opportunity meets preparation. I've been prepared, I'm waiting for my opportunity, and I'm ready to be successful. I've said it before. So there's this one guy that, you know, more recently got an opportunity on Misfits. We went to Nashville, and in Nashville, it was supposed to be like a 2v1. As the main event, Foxa G was fighting Most Wanted and Evil Hero. Yes, I know these are crazy names. for the people at
And
home.
Poseidon.
That gives you an idea of what influencer boxing is like. Crazy names, characters. It's like the WWE. Like literally,
Yeah.
it really is. It's a whole separate animal, you know. So bear with me with those names. I do go. I go by Poseidon in this world, so I do have a nickname of
So
my
do
own.
they call you Poseidon when they see you there?
Yeah, 100%.
They don't call you by your name.
Nope.
Really?
Yeah, no.
None of them know your name. They just know Poseidon.
No, not really. I mean, I have no problem sharing my name, but
No, of
I go
course,
by
but-
Poseidon. When I talk to someone,
Like,
I
yo,
say,
what's up, Fox?
I
the
say
G?
like my name is blank, but I go by Poseidon. You know what I mean? Like that's how I introduce myself.
And you call the guy Fox the G?
I mean, I think his name is actually Fox. So like for him, like probably I'll just like, what's up, Fox?
What about the other two? What was the other
But
two?
anyway, most wanted evil hero, right? We went to Nashville. More of the story is, you know, most wanted a bitch, a pussy, right? Like he pulled out last minute. Like it was supposed to be a
Are you
2v.
calling him out right now?
Yeah, 100%. It was a 2v1.
And he was like a small guy. He
He was like
how
a
small?
small, he was
How
a smaller
small?
guy, like a smaller creator.
Like
Like,
give
Like
me
only on
numbers.
Twitter, like maybe like 5.8K on Twitter.
Oh wow.
Nothing
Oh, wow.
else on anywhere else. Just like was big for doing Twitter Spaces, which if you don't know what a Twitter Space is, it's like a clubhouse, where like there's speakers that you don't show faces. There's speakers and only X amount of people can speak. Everyone
You,
else
be on
just
those,
listen.
you used to be on those like a lot, like
I was
just chirping.
yeah, just chirping. I mean, that's how you kind of just grow that name on Twitter at least. But I was on them a lot. Point is, again, he pulled out last minute and he just ruined the event. Like it was supposed to be a 2v1. Then Evil Hero got in there where Fox like got knocked out quick, and that was that. But yeah, I've had my interactions with Most Wanted, and he was a smaller guy who was given an opportunity and he fumbled. He actually probably ruined, future opportunities for other people for, not being
Taking
professional.
chances on him, yeah.
Right. Like he took a chance and, he fumbled it. He completely ruined it. So, Mams Taylor has said that he has to earn his stripes back. He has to redeem himself. And I've been calling him out on Twitter and saying, if you're going to redeem yourself, you got to redeem yourself against me.
Oh.
Simple
Yeah.
enough. I mean,
You heard it here first.
you don't
you heard it here
deserve another
first.
chance unless you see me
Is he
first.
getting another chance?
He might. And I would
That's
love
bullshit.
I would love to be the one
Fuck
to,
that.
spark him. He'd go,
Spark him.
ass up, face down on the canvas.
So
So it is what it is. I mean,
So-
he's been ducking though. A lot of these people have been ducking for the most part. Seriously, like I've had 4 people I can think of right now on Twitter that
let's hear them. What are the
ref-
4?
I'm not like even gonna do that. Like,
Dude, throw them out.
it's really it's no, there's no need because they just don't want it.
It's
But
on Twitter. You can see it. It's like public. No.
no, for sure. I mean, there's people like Most Wanted. There's a
Oh.
guy named Pat. He's like the CEO of this like homeless boxing. That on Twitter there's like small creator boxing, but I say it's homeless because it's just a bunch
Oh,
of
you
random.
call it homeless?
It's a bunch of random guys just like fighting each other. Like, bro, I'm not doing that. I'm a proper creator. You guys don't create content. You guys tweet. I create content. We're different. You guys are homeless. It's all right. Pat, Kenny, he's another guy on Twitter. He's like a UFC
Oh,
content
Kenny the
creator.
cat, right?
No. Anyone, bro. Anyone can get it. Nobody wants it.
What about Ice Poseidon?
Ice Poseidon is the fight that
That's gotta happen.
that's gotta happen. I mean, that's like one of my end goals on Misfits is to fight Ice Poseidon. Poseidon's Workshop versus Ice Poseidon, Battle of the Seas. I've been calling for it for a while.
Are you throwing
That'd
this
be a
out
good
on
title.
Twitter?
Yeah,
Is
that's what I'm saying.
he like similar like weight class too?
we can figure it out. I'll pick up the fork. I'll put some pounds on. I think it might be heavier than me.
Yeah.
So if anything, Ice Poseidon, you have the advantages.
Dude, Ice Poseidon.
Ice Poseidon.
What a name.
Ice Poseidon. Yeah, he's like a streamer on Kick. He's been around for a while.
Why don't
so
you get on Kick?
Nah, I'm
You
not.
could stream your whole day.
I'll
Let you do it. I'll give you permission.
See, I have a career, a professional career that I have a 9 to 5.
Are we talking about that?
We can. I mean, it's
No, we gotta talk. Give the people some sales sauce. Are you kidding me? A lot of people.
Actually, I'd love to hear Dre's sell sauce.
Yeah, because a lot of people who are watching, they're not building the successful ecom brands yet. So they want to
You
rack
gotta
up
keep
like
the name
this
of the
guy.
brands
Yeah,
on the low.
yeah,
On
yeah.
the low.
But I wanted to ask something. When do we think we're doing some real fights and filming those?
That's what I want.
Because I would imagine that is going to be that next step to accelerate the process of you getting there. Because
Right.
the views are one thing, the followers are one thing, but then like at the end of the day, it's a fucking sport. The owner probably wants to see you, in 2 or 3 more fights, kicking ass, knocking people out.
Right. Yeah. No. Like I was saying, I mean, I've had the one, and the one is recorded. Like
I've seen it. It's pretty good.
there's
Yeah.
video proof of that fight. Again, I was only 3 months in. Excuse me. I was only 3 months in of training, so I was green as they come. green meaning, fresh to the sport, new to the sport. So yeah, like I said, I want to fight on the CFO where it will get, filmed and it will get plastered over. And, it's one of those like make or break moments too. Like if you lose on like a smaller fight promotion, good luck getting on Misfits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I almost have to take like that Jake Paul route where he was very calculative of who he's fighting. He fought Ben Askren. He fought these like, he fought Nate Robinson. But obviously these are guys that he knew he was going to beat. But he had to just, get his reps in. I'm not going to just fight someone. I want a fair fight for sure. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not trying to just get in there knowing I'm going to win. But, I need a little confidence.
Hey, New Money Talks fam, just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors over at portlist.com. If you are tired of waiting months for inventory restocking, low quality packaging, or high markups with other solutions, you have to give Portlist a try. Portlist has 6-day shipping directly from China to over 55 countries, helps you save money and boost cash flow by cutting unnecessary upcharges and fees. And they provide local tracking carriers like USPS and Canada Post, which means no more non-branded Chinese letter packaging that creates distrust with you and your customers. So if you want to break through these logistic barriers, go Portlist today and save money, increase your customer satisfaction, and reduce the headaches that you're probably currently experiencing with your 3PL shipping partner or sourcing agent. If you want to check out Portlist, you can get 20% off your pick and pack fees for the first 3 months by visiting the link in the description of this video. Now let's get back into the podcast.
But
so how many more months you think we need till we get a fight going?
I'm hoping
realistically. I'm used to a local fight here.
No, I mean if I don't get a fight on Creator Fight League soon, I'll probably do the same thing I did with my last fight. Just get a rep in. Again, I want to fight on 3 months' notice. I'm a way better boxer than I was then. And if I won that fight against a guy 15 pounds heavier, then I have no doubt that I would win my next fight.
You need a 3-month notice for the fight?
No, I'm saying I only had 3 months of training in.
Oh, I thought it's like you're like renting an apartment and need like 3 months notice. How much notice would you need for a fight? If someone said, yo, I need you to fight on Saturday right now, would you do it? It's Wednesday.
It depends what, the...
Fox a G.
Nah, I mean, probably not.
Eat you.
First of all, not my weight class. But second of all, no, I mean, it depends. It really depends. Like, am I fighting on like a small creator fight league? Am I fighting on at a gym? Then yeah, I'll do that. No problem. Maybe like a month. Just like we were talking about it before too. Like when you have an opponent and a date in mind, like there's a different level of hunger that comes from that. There's a different level of, you want to be prepared, and competition that kind of just like fuels you to work harder. When I know who I'm fighting at some point, like I'm going to go 10 times harder than I already go. I like to stay ready so I don't have to get ready. I've been in training for over a year. I do the content. I talk the talk. I can walk the walk. I'm ready to go whenever, so I'm going to try to get a fight before the end of the year. That's the goal. And the goal is Misfits 2025, some point at 2025. That needs to happen. So hopefully it happens. I think I can make it happen.
Yeah, I think like you were saying before, we were talking about it the other day where when you have it's kind of like when you have homework and you have a due date for that homework, you're going to get that shit done in a timely manner. Whereas if it's like a week, 2 weeks out in the future, you might still be studying in that class, but not the same way you would as if there's like a test tomorrow, right? So it's the same thing with sports. Like if I was training for a 400-meter race, 3 weeks from now, I'm going to train very different leading up to that than I would if I wasn't sure if I was even going to have a race this year or next year. Mm-hmm. So it's tough to train without like something specifically in mind, or to, like, how do you keep that spark going,
Yeah, just knowing that it's going to happen is how I keep it alive. Really, like knowing that I can get the call literally whenever, because Mams even said to me in person, so you might get lucky, right? Like you might get a call. Maybe someone pulls out last minute. It's like, oh, you're the exact same weight. Let's just throw him in there. He has boxing experience. He makes the content. Let's go. Let's put him in. So just knowing that I can get that call literally whenever keeps me motivated to stay in the gym, get the mileage in, put the reps in, get the spars in, all this type of thing. Like it just keeps me going. But yeah, also like, when am I gonna fight? It's also comes down to finding the right opponent. Like I need someone. This is influencer boxing, right? So I need someone who's maybe has a similar following as me, if not bigger, same weight class as me, similar experience level. You can't just be mismatching, and again, like when if I want to take my career seriously, which I do, then I'm not going to be thrown in there with like a shark. That's just dumb. Jake Paul wasn't going to go in there against like a Mike Tyson first fight, for example. So yeah, no, you got to be calculative, and that's what I'm trying to be here. So if it'll come when it comes, and again, hopefully we fight this year.
How's your coach?
Coach Hoos. Shout out to Coach Hoos. He's a great coach, man. He's
pretty good.
He's a great coach. A little hard to, communicate with.
Yeah.
communicate with. But, we have our, moments.
He
but
doesn't speak English, right?
No, he speaks full English.
For
sure. He's, definitely.
He's like Egyptian.
He actually is born
African.
Egyptian. He's an African man. That's true.
Coach Hoos is the best.
Coach Hoos. So he's been getting me right. Thank you to him too, because coaches really do be out here charging crazy, and he has a lot of knowledge in this sport, in other combat sports, wrestling, kickboxing, things of this nature. So he's gotten me in a good position to where I feel confident in myself to win the next fight. I mean, his training did help me win a fight, so got to give credit to where it's due.
Yeah.
So shout out Coach Hoos. And while I'm talking about it, shout out to Cantu, my videographer.
Cantu.
Without a team, you won't get very far. It's one thing to do it by yourself, but it's a lot easier when you have other people in your circle that kind of help you be better and do better. So yeah, shout out to Cantu. He's the man behind the camera, not these cameras, but my camera. He's my editor, videographer, everything, homie, my dog. So shout out to Cantu, and the team is going up.
We want to talk about sales?
Dude, it's
What
up
do you
to
wanna
you.
talk about?
You're leading the conversation today.
That's Johnny's department.
No, it's not.
He's actually head of sales. So
I'm not.
whatever you want to ask, go for it. Maybe John can ask a question. I don't know. Sales. I'm a salesman. Guys.
Well, so what did you think you were going to be doing in college?
I mean, I don't even know.
Yeah, low key, right? You went to Penn State, studied econ. What the fuck did you think you were gonna do?
I was
like, what was the thought process of any of that? Or there was no
figure
thought process?
Figure it out.
No, but like, why Penn State? Why econ? Like,
I mean, if I'm being honest, like I didn't have many options in terms of going to school. Like it was either Penn State or Bryant University.
You didn't play to Rutgers?
No, I didn't.
Oh, really?
No, I didn't. It was pretty slim. So I went to Penn State, and
much better decision than Bryant.
No, probably, and yeah, man, I studied. At first, I was doing psychology. Then I went to economics. I mean, who knows what the goal was? I can't. I don't even really know. Maybe I don't even know. But
you have no idea.
I'm honestly just grateful to
just going with the flow.
where I am today. Like I feel like everything I've done has led me to where I am today, and I wouldn't even have it any other way if I'm being honest. So, this is my employer. If you don't know, I work closely with John Malzanis, and I couldn't be happier. Sales is where isn't where I thought I would be, but it's where I'm happy I found myself. Because
are you actually happy doing it?
I'm genuinely happy doing sales. Like I remember,
it's a good fucking skill to have.
By the way, like you might, for the viewers, like you might be in college, you might be like, why the hell am I in college? What am I doing? It's all good. You'll figure it out. Trust me. Listen, I've in the past 4 years, real shit, I've been able to see differences year to year. Like there is visible growth year to year. I went from being unemployed going out of college to subbing, in my old school systems. And by the way, Poseidon's Workshop was a huge hit in the schools. I'll tell you that. Everyone, I'd be in the hallways, they'd be going, they'd be going Poseidon. So listen, like I went from that to working some smaller type of sales. Tech Roots. Shout out to Tech Roots. If you watched the Joseph Lorenzo episode, you know what I'm talking about. Coding for kids. And then it found me, working with my friend over here. So. I don't know how much you want me to say, so
dude,
I'm just,
say what you gotta say.
Shout out Ship Dudes, all right.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've been a big player in Ship Dudes to help. I'm here to help. I'm here to grow my career, but also help grow his business, and I just want everyone to win. And when you build a circle like the circle that we have, there's no room for anything else, and wanting to see your boy succeed. So I want that business to grow, and I want my career to go in sales, and being able to close deals from end to end, booking them to closing them is a skill that John has helped me learn. And that's a valuable skill that I will take on forever and close massive deals myself for years to come. So listen, again, you don't have to know what you want to do. If you're in college and you're confused, it's all good. You'll find your footing, you know. Maybe I got lucky, but at the same time, you know, maybe you'll get lucky too. So
everybody's confused in college.
Keep your head up. It's all good. All right. Let me be an example. All right.
Yeah. And if you're in college, have fun.
Yeah, have fun. Like again, like I literally tell people that I'm grateful for the social experience as well as meeting a guy like Cantu. Like if I'm just for the connections, like I'm just grateful for that. You know, I don't regret going to school. I am very grateful for my parents for putting me through school. I'm very blessed in that sense, you know, so definitely don't take that for granted at all. But it all worked out, so I'm not here to say anything else.
I'm very curious because, like they say, if you could teach it, if you could do it, it's one thing, but if you teach it, it makes it even better. If someone was like 19, 20, 22 years old, about to graduate college, and you were teaching them about sales, I'm very curious what you would teach them and some advice you'd give them and stuff like that. I'm just curious what you would say to all that, because I ream all day about it.
Yeah,
but I'm just interested. If I wasn't in the room, what would the conversations be like?
What's the first book you put me onto? It was like something. It was something prospecting. Help me out here.
You're supposed to read the book.
No, I read the book.
I bought it for you too.
What's it called, man? Help me out.
I don't know. You should know.
I don't remember.
You should know the author too.
Listen, I'm on a podcast. You know, something prospecting.
Fanatical prospecting.
I would say read that, step one. No, truly. I mean, that book kind of opened my eyes to the world of it. I mean, I didn't know anything. I didn't know much to do with sales. So reading that book kind of opened me up to what to expect, and you know, just the idea of keeping, you know, just putting in work so that 30 days from now you'll see results. You know, if you're prospecting, if you're putting in the work, if you're reaching out to potential clients, you know, the more the merrier. Like volume is very important in that sales game. You know, getting reps in, just doing the things and, you know, putting yourself in a position to be successful is what I've learned from that book very shortly. But yeah, also have a sales killer like John next to you, and you might be able to be good at sales too.
Who might be able to be good at sales?
You, the viewer right there.
Oh, got you.
It's a good skill to have, that's for sure.
Yeah, if you're a young kid right now who wants to work on commission only, no base salary, let me know. I'll hire you. I'll hire you too, probably.
I might.
Actually, I don't know if I will, but it depends. Depends.
Yeah. It's just human psychology, really. Like when you break it down, it's human psychology in business, because you have to figure out why people buy. You got to figure out their pain points, what solution you're actually providing, all that shit. But then there's also there's like the DMing and the email side of things. There's the outreach.
There's also different types of sales. Like, what are you selling?
Nurturing.
You know, like it's a question of what are you selling, and being able to know what you're selling with like the back of your hand. You know, I feel like if I know what I'm selling confidently, like I could sell no problem. That's why, like, just again getting reps in and practicing your the offer and everything that compiles your business, then you should be able to, you know, find success. Obviously, you have to be able to be a person and be sociable and speak to personable and be able to speak to people.
Yeah.
So that you can kind of, so it doesn't seem like a sales call. You know, you're just having a conversation and just talking about like how we can help.
That's one thing I preach a lot. Like, I'm sure you hear me say this all day. Is like we're not pitching people. We're not like, look, I hate the word pitch because you're not pitching people. You're helping people. You're a doctor, like you're a doctor, like
Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre, doctor.
No, seriously,
no, legit. Yeah. Explain to them what I mean by that. Like,
yeah, I mean, when you go to like a doctor's office, you know, the doctor's asking you a bunch of questions, right, to find out what is wrong with you. So, you know, when you hop on a call, you want to be the person in charge, basically asking the questions that you know need to be asked to put yourself in a position to get the responses that you want to hear. So that's kind of what that being a doctor means. And if you can ask the questions and put yourself in the right position, then you find that the deal becomes easier to close. As long as you can do that, then, you know, everything is pretty much smooth sailing. You know, book the next call and go from there. I mean, if you're someone who knows what you're talking about, again, like the back of your hand, then the person on the other side of the screen would be silly not to at least be going along with what you're saying. You know, if you're an expert in something, then odds are you're paying attention to what's being said, you know? Same way if you're at a doctor's office, you want to hear what the doctor's saying because you want to know how to fix your problem. So in our case, obviously we have people with different pain points, and it's just finding ways to address them and fix them and get them across that finish line so we can help them and make everything better, optimized with the goal.
What's up, New Money Talks fam? If you run ads for your e-commerce business and you haven't heard of adcopy.ai, you are absolutely missing out. Adcopy.ai focuses on generating new variations of ad copy for your business based on the best performing copy in your ad account, based on millions of data points in order to improve the quality of your ads, make more money, and reduce the cost that it takes to launch new ads. Now, outside of the ad copy, it also helps you streamline the launching and publishing of new ad creatives to new campaigns or to existing campaigns with just a few clicks of a button. So whether you want to launch completely new ads with new copy, or you want to use existing copy to spin off new variations that you can go ahead and split test in your account, you definitely want to check out AdCopy.ai. Now, on top of all of that, they're coming out with some incredible features that are going to help you be able to passively automate the optimization decisions that take place within your ad account to improve your advertising tracking, to give you the opportunity to fire your media buyers and cut costs that you would naturally have when it comes to paying a team member to manage your ads, because they're helping streamline the entire media buying process on Facebook for your direct consumer e-commerce brand or any other business for that matter that you run Facebook ads for. So again, I can't stress it enough. If you're running ads and you're not using adcopy.ai, you are going to get left in the dust. So if you want to go ahead and check them out, you can use the link in the description of this video. And other than that, let's get back into the podcast.
I'd say sales is probably like top 3 skill set to have. Honestly, it's funny. As the business gets bigger, low key, it's like it's an important skill set, but as you go up, there's like other ones that like I'm slowly feeling to realize, damn, these are important too. But like sales, I think is a very like from the age of 18 to 30, that's probably the highest paying skill set you could develop. I don't know if I told Kyle, I met with a VP of sales at a company last week. He's at the company for 15 years. He's probably like late 30s, early 40s. He was like, FYI, my first year here 15 years ago, I made 40K. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Last year I made 900K.
Right.
He goes, my CEO has to write me checks so big, he doesn't want to write them. But guess what? He has to because I'm making him so much goddamn money.
Right.
And the only way you can make that much money is if you are the owner or the CEO or like the investor into the company. The only but that comes with all the risk and all the headache. Like you see all the shit that is dealt all the time. You know, it's like it comes with all that headache. Now, if you don't want to deal with all that headache, what's the best way to make the most money? Being a salesperson. It's like all you have to do is like you don't have to provide the service, you don't have to provide the product, you don't have to provide anything. All you gotta do is help someone get from point A to point B and just convince them that your solution is the solution to their problem. That's like the key to it. I have found as we're growing, I'm developing as a leader. A lot of it is like people skills and money skills. Money skills meaning like being very good at accounting and finance, like knowing how much money you need at a certain period of time and knowing when you don't need money. A big thing that I am learning, as honestly, it's a thing for everyone to know, the human psychology behind money is like scary. Like if you see $100, it's kind of like this. When I was young and I used to like get dollar bills or like $20 bills, I'd always go to the bank and make them into hundreds. Why? Because if I have $100 bill, I'm like
less likely to spend it.
I'm less likely to spend it, right?
Mm-hmm.
A bank account's the same exact thing. When you see 5K in your bank account, you're like, damn, I only got 5K. Like, I don't want to spend it. But when you get to like 50K, 100K in your bank account, they're like, well, I got 100 grand. Like, I can spend now.
Yeah.
That's the wrong way to think about it. The right way to think about it is you open up another bank account that has a high interest yield, a stock account with like very low risk stocks. And every time your bank account gets over a certain number that you know that you'll think in your brain, I can start spending money on, you take the money out of there, you put it somewhere, you're not looking at it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because as people make more money and as numbers get bigger, people start thinking more lax. People like the stuff that you cared about 2 years ago because you didn't have the money, now you don't give a fuck about because like you got the money. So finance skills are important. Accounting is very important. Like understanding taxes, understanding like you dealt with this shit, Kyle. Like fucking big tax bills, understanding how like interest works, understanding how like different accounts work, how borrowing money works. All these things are very important. And also people. That's the thing I'm learning too. Like Andres has been with like we've been how long? Like
Almost a year.
Well, a year on Chip Dudes, but also like a year.
Over a year. Then.
For like 2 years, we've been doing stuff together.
Yeah.
Like as it's been growing, my job has been more just people. So it's like people process, and it's called capital allocation, meaning like I take money and I put it into places as an investment, and that investment yields me a return, hopefully in XYZ time. But part of those investments is people. Like I tell Andres all day, it's like, dude, I'm investing in you. Obviously, you're investing in me. You're investing your time in me to like, not to me, into the company to like obviously bring us business and stuff. But on the flip side, we're investing in you. Like we're obviously paying a salary, we're paying commissions, we're investing time to teach, not just you in general, but anybody. So like as a business owner, those are the things you have to think about. It's like when you hire somebody, right? Like, yes, they're investing you, but you're investing right back into them because you're gonna have to spend time with them. Like how many hours and days have we spent time? Lots of times.
Lots.
From 2 years ago till now, I trust you a lot more than I trust you 2 years. I think you trust yourself 2 years, so it's
100%.
That's a lot of like, even, like you said, when you're in college, you don't know shit.
Yeah.
But if you're lucky or if you find the right people, I'd always give that like, piece of advice, like find someone that you think you can learn from or something you can learn from and go at that. Like a lot of friends that we have, we don't have that many friends like that, but like more in college, some of my friends, probably some of your friends, got big jobs at big companies, blah, blah, blah. You hop on calls with them and you know more shit than they do. Like as of right now, they might be making an extra 10 grand than you per month, 20 grand per month. But think of like what's going to happen in the next like 5-6 years when you're 30 and they're still just like, they're pretty much,
they got like one promotion.
They got one promotion.
Yeah.
Sick. You know what I mean? When on the flip side, like you have more experience than their boss's boss. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's part of the deal. And then at a point, you get to a point where you're like, all right, either I can start my own company, I can stay here and just keep doing this. Like, there's options, but like that's my whole thing is learning. Like, we talk about this show all the time. Always be learning. Like, you love YouTube. We all love YouTube. Like, hop on YouTube, learn this shit.
Yeah,
sales is all over YouTube. There's all these guys like Hermosi, Jeremy Miners on fucking on YouTube. Like, Ty Lopez, all this crap. Like all these guys, Grant Cardone, what's his name, Jordan Belfort. They're all over YouTube. This is how you learn this shit. Like. I don't know. It's weird. Like as we keep developing, like we've been almost like 4 years, whatever it is, like a few years now. It's become people and it's become developing people. So like I'm very happy to see how far you've gone. Like you've came very far since what we started. Like literally, you know what I mean by that.
Yeah,
like I'm not even trying to.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah.
But it's all part of the game. Yeah.
I feel, and like I was saying, like, I want the business to grow to new heights with me included and me being like a main driver in that. And I feel like. With the business I've helped, bring, like, I feel like your investment in me has paid off, but like, I feel like there's still, like, it's always gonna be a work in progress, right? Like, it's always, there's more to come, really. And I start, booking calls and I get excited to close them, obviously for the commission, but also to just grow everything together. I want you guys to be the biggest. I want to be one of the biggest, sales guys, highest earning, and I mean, sales is number one. Like, the first thing you say is it's money motivated. Like, obviously, if you're in sales, you're looking to make money, so I'd be silly to not admit that, I want to work as hard as possible so I can earn more money. That's one thing that obviously drives everyone, what makes the world go around. So gotta work hard to earn more,
Yeah, it's the one role at a company where incentives are aligned.
Yeah.
Like if you're paying someone like hourly for like customer support, it's like,
it's totally out of whack.
They want to spend as much time as possible to answer tickets, wait, just the right amount of time to where they're not going to get in trouble to like respond to this person. And so it's like misaligned incentives. But sales, it's like the more you make us, the more you make,
Right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Customer service is really ass backwards.
Yeah.
Like hourly labor is ass backwards.
Yeah.
I don't know how you make that not ass backwards though.
It's tough. I mean, a lot of roles aren't like, but that's why a role like sales is really good because the more skilled you are, the more money you can make, and the more that a brand is willing to like take a risk on you because it's not a big risk. Like most sales jobs are like mostly commission based, not as much like base oriented where there's like a huge risk. But yeah, like even like a creative role where you're like a creative director or something, it's like, you might see a return on investment on the paid and performance marketing side, but it's tough to correlate. Like if I pay you X, what's the revenue I'm going to get per, dollar that I spend in you? That's actually a metric that like I started tracking my business is like per team member. Like what's like the cost per team member? What's the revenue per team member? And when you map that out, you're like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have a few team members, or maybe like 1 or 2 is responsible for a huge majority of the revenue.
This is the finance stuff I was telling you about.
Yeah.
This is the shit I do all day. Like, I'm sure you've seen me literally all day just do math. Like, all right, we get this client, got it.
Yeah.
Now, on this client, I'm going to be making this much money net. I got to pay this commission. This is what I'm paying you every single month as a base. Okay, but then I have to service the deal. I have warehousing, I have employees, insurances, all that. That's you're doing that math. That's the right. That's how you run it. You know what I mean? It's like if you have X employee and you don't make money on that employee, then why we have that employee? That's And the beauty of like sales, that if you are good from the beginning, you should be profitable, and then in reality,
it's very easily trackable too.
It's very easily trackable, and there should be no ifs, ands, or buts. Like you should have a job. You know,
like if you get 10%, it's like every dollar I put into you, I get $10 back.
Yep. It's think of it like Facebook, like, or Facebook back in the day. It was like if you put $5 in, you make $20 out. Now it's more like you put $20 in, you get $5 out. But like sales is the same idea. Like
you put $20 in, you get $5 back.
Say it again. Yeah, literally. But sales is the same thing. Like you're like a VP of sales is allocating money to pay someone's like say base salary plus commission, and in return, within I'd say 6 months max, like on the highest end possible, they need to see a return. After that, it's just becoming kind of BS. You know, you want to see your return within like a month, realistically. You know, in Facebook, you want to see the return every single day. So like that's how the math has to math. But to get to that point too, you have to do a lot of finance work and accounting work to figure out, all right, what does my average deal look like? How often am I closing these deals? How long does it take to close these deals? Like, how often are we getting these leads to close these deals? Like, there's a lot of backtracking and work you got to do, which is not insane. Honestly, low key, if you need any help with that, I am doing consulting hours. I can walk you through all that.
There you go.
Yeah, shoot me a DM on Instagram.
DM them.
Yeah, I'll charge you a few $100 for that hour.
Yeah, might as well make a course.
Might as well make a fucking course out of it. Yeah. No, but like legit, like I think sales is dope. I'm actually happy that we all do some of it. Joe's actually one of the best salespeople I know, and he hates doing it, which I think is very sad. When me and Joe are in the room together, we can close a lot of deals, and for some reason, he just refuses to do it. So if he sees this, which he
Joe,
probably will watch
you're
this,
listening.
we could probably double our thing. We could double our business if Joe would sell as much as I sold, and he could probably sell more than I can sell. But like, anyways, yeah, we all sell, all 4 of us. And I think it's funny that you brought up the one thing where like we have a really good friend group, because we actually, funny enough, we've been friends since fucking
been friends forever.
Forever, yeah.
That's what it seems like at this point.
Yeah,
super important. People you surround yourself with. I mean, if you surround yourself with beasts, you're gonna be a beast. It's just simple as that. You know, you're a product of your environment.
Except when Dre plays pickleball.
Except when I'm a pickleballer. I'm a pro boxer. I'm a lot of things, man. Don't let these guys fool you. You know, I'm definitely better than you.
Stop it. No.
This guy, maybe he got it.
You're a liability.
No, never.
No, Kyle is the best athlete to ever come out of Leonia.
For sure.
Your words, not mine.
Actually, no, you agreed to the first person who said that.
I didn't deny it.
Yeah, you did not deny it. We know that, but yeah.
For sure. No,
New Money Talks pickleball event.
Oh, we can run
in the city.
In the city.
$100 a head.
$100 a head.
Run it up.
We can donate it.
We'll donate it. Yeah.
Donate it to
Poseidon's Workshop.
To the New Money Talks Fund.
The New Money Talks and Poseidon Workshop Fund.
Yeah.
What else can we talk about? Or what time? How long have we been doing this for, Bojan?
Almost an hour. Almost an hour.
That's not too bad. What else can we chat about?
You guys are the hosts, man. Hosts.
You know, so anyone who's listening, since we're on the topic of like sales and like getting a sales-based role, I get a lot of fucking DMs from like copywriters, appointment setters, growth operators, like, and definitely a lot of salespeople. So they're like, oh, I'll be an appointment setter. I'll be a closer. And I respect the hustle. I respect like, you know, DMing and cold outreaching. That's what like you're doing for 3PL clients. That's what like I used to do for like agency clients and stuff. But the problem is like, you have to put yourself in the client's shoes and understand that they are probably getting bombarded with a bunch of the same messages every single day. So whether you're like selling sales services or anything else, 3PL, agency services, marketing, coaching, like whatever it is you're selling, you just got to figure out if you are going to be doing these like cold outreaches, you got to figure out a way to like stand out from everyone else. I don't know if there's something that you do to catch attention.
I mean, I'm giving away the sauce, but no, I definitely agree with that. Like, you gotta find your way in. You know, I mean, like you said, everyone's sending pretty much very similar emails. So I have my go-to on Instagram that I say, but that's a secret. It's top secret.
It's an industry secret.
You know.
Moral of the story though, don't be like, hey man, do you need an appointment setter? Hey man, do you need a fulfillment for your brand? Like, you gotta work your way in there, right? Like, understand they're a human. They get pitched a ton of shit. So like, and know that everyone, when you're cold DMing them, they're gonna have their guards up. Yeah. So you have to figure out a way to like speak to them like a human and not like a prospect. You know, so
add some value too. I mean, like, if someone in our world, if someone has a 3PL already, and they're happy with them, like, you need to find a way to add some value. Like, maybe you want to do an invoice audit for them where they don't have to. They literally sit back and do nothing except provide you with an Excel, and you handle the rest. If you save them a lot of money, amazing. If you save them a little money, great. You know, best case, you save them a lot, and then, you know, you talk about making the switch. So provide some value in some way. Don't just, you know, expect to shoot out a message and, you know, have someone come back to you saying, like, let's hop on a call. Like, sometimes it's not that easy, you know, so gotta find ways to stand out for sure.
If you weren't doing sales right now, and you had to put food on the table, what else would you be doing? TikTok shop?
TikTok shop. I mean, going back to like what I was going to do, I mean, like, I would
still do TikTok shop.
I mean,
no, I want to hear this answer.
I would have.
I'm waiting.
I mean, really, I guess content was always something that I was trying to like just make happen, right? But who knows? I mean, I don't know. Like, again, like, after school, I did the subbing. Maybe that became a teacher route. Like, I don't know. You know, like,
I think teachers a great job.
If I had to put food on the table, like, that would be, you know, $60K a year, and then I have my summers and I can make more money. You know what I mean? Like, if I had to put food on the table, but I would still be doing things like on the entrepreneurial side. Like, I would still want to be making content, still trying to grow the brand, you know, just figure out ways to make something happen, you know? Shout out to the people that go to school after school, aka grad school. That could have never been me. Shout out to my brother. He did the thing. He's a lawyer in the city now. So who knows? If I really had to make something happen, maybe I would have went down law. Like, I don't know. Econ, you know, you can find ways into law with econ, and, you know, who knows? But
probably not as fun as Suits makes it out to be.
No, probably not. Definitely not. But they make quite some money. So
yeah,
it's all about the money.
It's not all about the money, but, you know,
it's only money.
It's all about the money. No, copyright. Yeah, I am where I am, you know.
We don't get much copyright on these YouTube videos. Yeah, I don't think we've ever gotten copyright.
You don't play music?
We don't play music.
Not a lot of people watch them.
No, that's not true.
No. This one's getting like at least, how many views is this one getting, huh?
I'd say like 600.
I'll push it on Twitter.
We have a very niched audience. So like, we'll go to e-commerce events and people will literally be like, yo, you guys are New Money Talk. I'll be like, shut the fuck up. Get out of here. But it's true.
Nah, like, niche. Listen, if you are still watching at this very moment, make sure to comment something like Team Poseidon on top. All right? Comment Team
That's too many words.
Poseidon on top.
Poseidon.
No, if you're watching, you're watching. If you're watching, you're dedicated to watching the New Money Talk podcast. Yeah, exactly.
Is there any monetary incentive? John's done that in the past.
Maybe if you comment Team Poseidon on top, I'll Venmo
Dre will Venmo you $100.
$25.
Whoa.
I'll Venmo you Chipotle on me.
Well, I have a better idea. You have to go to his last 3 videos. You have to like them, comment on it, send a screenshot of evidence, then DM us on Instagram. Bingo. And if you do all those things, you get to 50.
Bingo.
50.
Do that and we'll figure it out. We'll get you right. We'll get you right.
Wow.
I want to see if someone does it.
Our last video, we hadn't posted a video in like a month maybe.
We got a couple hundred, yeah.
We got like 700, 750. It's up to.
Yeah, Samir's a beast.
Yeah, Samir is a beast.
Yeah, you can feel free to use like KSI in the thumbnail. Maybe like, you know, me, KSI, use Misfits.
Maybe we'll just have Cantu make the thumbnail.
He doesn't make my thumbnails, but
oh, he doesn't.
He doesn't. No,
really?
No.
Who does your thumbnails?
The thumbnail guy makes.
What's the guy's name?
I don't know. What's his name? Yeah, that's my secret guy.
The same guy as ours?
Nah.
You sure?
Dude, my thumbnail guy's been killing it.
I didn't see the one you just put out.
That was crazy.
My next thumbnail is gonna be sick, though. I'll be honest. The sumo wrestling one is gonna be dope.
Didn't you film that like 3 months ago?
Filmed that in like January.
Damn.
That was January?
What's the holdup?
Yeah. I mean, the holdup was we've been going to these events and like filming, but also, you know, great things take time.
8 months?
Remember when you got a ticket at that event?
Yeah, this is the things I do to make good content.
Business
I get
expense.
tickets, you know.
Explain the ticket.
No, I'm not gonna explain the ticket.
You should explain the ticket.
I parked in a spot where I shouldn't have parked, and I got a ticket. Simple as that.
But that's weird. Like,
But it allowed
if
me
you just
to.
parked at a spot, you should be getting tickets. What kind of
No.
spot was it?
It was a spot where you probably should, park if you're a capable person,
If you're not capped.
right? If you're not capped of some sort, maybe like your hand isn't.
So why did you
capped,
think you
know?
could park there?
No, I just had to. I was like, I'm good. They're not gonna get me. I'm gonna be in and out. No,
Wasn't good.
but great video. It's gonna be a great video. It was a great connection we made with Ben Davis. Shout out Ben Davis again.
Shut up.
And yeah, I mean, it's probably better off it waited too, because I remember initially they said that we could only use X amount of footage from the actual event. Maybe like the time has passed. No one's gonna press us on that. I don't think, at least. So
Was that Misfits too or no?
no, that was like it was a World Sumo tournament type. I don't even know. It was just something that Ben was commentating, and we got invited to come.
Looked
So
pretty good.
So yeah, shout out to Lil Cray Cray.
Oh yeah, that's a big shout out.
Yeah, my dog, Lil Cray Cray. We've been making content together. He's a beast. He's actually fighting this Saturday in the UK in the semifinals of a tournament, a lightweight tournament.
Really?
If he gets past this one, he'll fight Yeti Gang, which he's fought twice. So it'll be a nice trilogy. It'll be the first trilogy on Misfits, and if he wins that, he'll be the interim lightweight champion.
Did he win the first one against him?
He so with Cray Cray, again, he fought in Nashville. There was a security threat. So everyone was forced to evacuate. So that fight was a no contest.
But are you considering that one of the 3 fights?
Yes, because they fought. So then he fought him again in Houston. Yeti just inched it out, I guess. Everyone thought he got robbed, that Cray Cray got robbed. He was taken out of the tournament. And then he got put back in the tournament because someone else in the tournament had an injury. He won that fight, and now he's in the semifinals. So the storyline is there. I'm rooting for you, Cray Cray. Let's go.
I like Cray Cray. He's a nice
Cray Cray's
guy.
a beast. He's
Remu.
street boxing legend. He's has like
Street
600K
beefs.
street beefs, street boxing, street beefs, 600K on YouTube. He's been a great,
That's a
addition
lot.
to the channel, to the team.
Dude, Remu's a beast.
Remu's a beast.
His name's Remu.
He's a beast.
600,000.
He has some sick videos
on YouTube. Yeah, he's the real deal. So hopefully he'll be the lightweight champion at Misfits. That's the goal.
How do you get so many subscribers?
Just doing the boxing online.
Like for years though, right?
years.
The videos aren't
He was doing
they're
it
not
when-
like movies. They're just like iPhone.
Nah, it's literally just like, yeah,
iPhone
sparring.
with him punching, yeah.
Like outside sparring. Yeah,
like bare knuckle, right?
Like nah, they had gloves on, but just that raw footage. That's all it took back then. I mean, he's been posting for years. Probably even since like when Jake Paul, Logan Paul started popping off. He's been on YouTube for a while, so he built that fan base up. But
good for him. Yeah.
yeah, Misfits bound. Poseidon is going to be on Misfits. That's what we're here to do. Here to take over, not take part.
So good
yeah,
place to
man.
end it. What do you think,
so.
boys?
I think it's
Oh
good.
wow, that's a clip right there. Look at this.
Just
Where'd you buy
anyone can
those?
get it. Most Wanted, you can get it. Ice Poseidon, you can get it. Anyone at 155 on Misfits Boxing, you can get it.
What about 165? Can you get up there?
I'll work up there. I'll pick up the fork. Eat
170?
a couple meals. You're getting crazy now, but nah, I think I'll
I don't know how you're 155, man.
Yeah, I don't know either, but
I'm like 180.
that's what I am. So
And I could be 190 if I just like ate a little bit more, which like I'd happily do, but I try to control myself.
yeah, nah, it's
But you're still
gonna
hitting
be-
over 900 on the bag though. So like pound for pound, like body weight output, like you're actually in really good shape.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a treat for these guys to be front row, hopefully at an event, Misfits event. Yeah, yep, it'll be good.
It's a good one.
It'll be good.
All right, I think I'm good. Kyle,
Yeah.
you good?
We're
Tell me you're good.
we're gonna be filming a video us two pretty soon on
Oh.
the Poseidon channel.
Mm-hmm.
A little boxing, little athletic show out, little
taking-
e-com
mixing
stuff.
e-com with boxing, putting him through a couple
Yeah.
workouts, letting him showcase his skills and his athleticism as well as his e-com brain. So
Yeah.
make sure you stay tuned. That video is coming very soon. As soon as the sumo video is coming, that one's coming. But that should be a good one. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. So what are the socials?
Socials, you can find me at Poseidon's Workshop on YouTube, at Poseidon's Workshop on Instagram, at Poseidon's Workshop on TikTok, and at Poseidon's Shop on Twitter. Big on Twitter. Yeah, let's go. Find me there, and you'll find me on a Misfits stage soon too.
Sick.
All right.
And for us, make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, like number 80, baby. Come on.
Like
Show
number
these boys some
80.
love. Show these boys some
Subscribe.
love.
Damn.
We can get to 4K subs. We have like 3.2.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Get to 4K
Get the
subs.
4K.
And we have like $400 locked up in YouTube ad revenue that
We
we're
do.
never gonna get.
Yeah, if anyone knows how to get
You
that-
gotta get my boys right. If you know, so if you're monetized on YouTube, help these guys out. They can't get their money.
we
so help them
we
out.
probably would have made like 1,000 by now, but they demonetized us in like February because we submitted LLC docs and they were like, no, we're not gonna accept that. We're like, it's from fucking ink file.
Maybe you'll find
Maybe.
somebody at YouTube. Maybe.
Maybe. Listen,
Yeah.
all I'm saying is we'll come back for a part 2 after I've made my debut.
Oh,
All right. So
yeah.
once the numbers are up, I'll get these boys some more views. All right. I'll be back.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
I'll be
All right,
back.
I'll take you up on that.
All right,
Shout
let's do
out
it.
to the sponsors too, whoever's sponsoring this one.
Yes.
Best.
Poseidon 15.
You'll see the little clips in the middle, but yeah, check them out. They're all great. We appreciate them. Poseidon 15. What's the site called? PoseidonWorkshop.com.
PoseidonsWorkshop.com. You
Bang.
can find it there too.
You can get the t-shirts and the pants.
Literally just Google Poseidon's Workshop and you'll see everything.
You'll see it all.
The SEO is great.
See, it's great.
Chef's kiss.
All right, guys. See you on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.